Hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Rick 9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited to have a guest star appearing on my channel today. His name is Dave Sundstrom, and what I really love about him is the fact that we do very similar things. We're both YouTubers. He focuses on classic TV shows, sitcoms, just like myself, but other shows as well, usually things from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even beyond that. So if you are a big fan of my channel, what I do, I think you should really enjoy our guest today. What I wanted to do, and we kind of had this idea, actually Dave reached out to me and I had seen his channel before that. It was kind of a, what do you call it, in the stars that we would meet, and we've had back and forth conversations, and we came up with the idea of introducing each other to our channels. And so we have a few questions here that we just want to, just let you guys and gals know who we are and let you know more about Dave and what he does.
Yeah, it's a little weird. We're on each other's channel, right? We're gonna
Right.
we introduce these videos separately, but the conversation we're having now, it might get edited a little bit differently on each channel, but it's the same conversation. And it makes sense because our channels are very similar. So maybe I'll launch in with the first question that we can both answer, and then we'll just kind of back and forth if that's okay.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So Rick, what is your current focus with your channel? What are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it all starts when I was 3 years old, watching I Love Lucy, Gilligan's Island, and my passion started there. And as I was growing up, I didn't have many people in my life who enjoyed these shows with me. My parents didn't really like these shows. My friends liked cartoons, and I was into these shows in black and white, right? And it became something where in 2015, I started gaming. My channel was initially gaming, video games. I would do commentary. It was fun, but again, it wasn't my passion. And I said, you know what? I'm just for the heck of it going to put out a video on I Love Lucy. It might get 2-3 views, and a couple of people may watch it accidentally. Well, goodness gracious, that video just like skyrocketed compared to my gaming stuff. I said, wait, there are people who like this? So I said, why not continue doing this? So that branched out into Gilligan's Island, I Love Lucy, Hogan's Heroes. I can name so many more, Munsters, and I just want to bring these shows to light again. I want people to know that there are big fans of these shows, and I want to highlight tidbits, behind the scenes information, bloopers, things that you may not have known or maybe known, but just revisit these shows and have the conversation flowing between the community.
Yeah, clearly, as I've watched some of your videos, Rick, there's just a ton of joy. There's a lot of joy in your videos. You really have a super positive message. You stay away from a lot of the negative crap that you see kind of work its way into other creators' videos. And it's just, you can kick back and relax and just enjoy your videos. And it really does kind of inspire one to, whether it's, set your DVR for MeTV and watch a whole bunch of Gilligan's Island, which, by the way, you are clearly an expert on. I watched the video on why the minnow was never repaired by the professor, and
I enjoyed that.
Yes, clearly you have a great love for that show, and it's interesting. That video is fun because you reminded me of an episode that I hadn't seen for years and years, where I'm trying to remember who plays Ginger.
So Ginger was Tina Louise initially.
Yeah, Tina Louise plays dual characters on an episode where she plays someone else who discovers she looks like Ginger Grand.
Yes. So Ava Grubb.
Yeah, exactly. You know it. Great episode, so much fun, and of course, like so many episodes on Gilligan's Island, clearly there's a way off the island, but the castaways blow it by the end of the episode, and they're stuck there still. So.
Absolutely. I'm glad you point that out because, again, I'm a big fan, and I know you're a big fan of the shows that you cover. I don't get too much into Andy Griffith. You talk quite a bit about Andy Griffith and just things about Don Knotts and things that, I know very little about, but I'm interested to learn from you. And we're fans. We're both fans of these shows. We just happen to have a YouTube channel who people watch and enjoy, but, we're not all knowing. Some people think I'm related to the Arnazes. It's like, no, I'm a fan.
Yeah, we're learning along the way too, right? Or relearning in some cases. These shows, I watched a lot of these shows 20, 30 years ago. And so many times as I rewatch these shows now, I'm remembering things, but that I'd completely forgotten.
Yeah.
And sometimes I even have to, confession time here. Sometimes I even have to go to Wikipedia to look something up.
Yeah.
You're right. We're not experts, but we are fans, and we truly have a love for the medium.
Absolutely.
So
And
my goal is similar, right? My goal, my focus is exactly the same thing. It's really to bring to light some great entertainment from decades gone by, right? That it feels like it's kind of gotten forgotten a little bit. There is so much out there, right? All you have to do is turn on the TV and you've got hundreds and hundreds of channels. You've got your streaming networks now, and Netflix and Amazon Prime, and there's just so much to choose that you could watch. Along with YouTube, you could watch YouTube all day and all night. That to just kind of put a spotlight on some of these great shows, that definitely is the focus of my channel as well.
Yeah, and I really enjoy the style that you have. That's something that people who watch me, I think will appreciate. They enjoy a calmer, type of narration. And that's something that I think you've got me beat at, because your style is just, it's almost like a song. It's almost like a nice, just beautiful song, like a lullaby. I could watch it, I can enjoy it, I can sit back, and just take all this information in a very pleasant way. It's very nice to watch.
That's kind of you to say, because I've had comments both ways, right?
Really?
Some folks have said they enjoy the narration. Other people have not loved it quite as much, but I think you're right. I think there is, particularly with the shows that we cast a spotlight on, it makes sense for it to be just something that the narration can be something that you settle on into. It doesn't need to be in your face narration. Yes. It can be very calming. And I've noticed that you do the same exact thing with your videos. It's soothing. That's the word that I'm going to use. It's very soothing, Rick.
Oh, I appreciate that. And I can tell you, Dave, that I think your channel is special. It's much more than special, because there's not a lot out there who does the stuff that you do and the shows that you do. I mean, you've congratulations, you hit over 70,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
That is a big accomplishment. And so you have something special. What do you think, or at what point do you think that you realize, wow, there's something special here with the community, with this channel?
I think probably you mentioned the subscriber mark, and I think it's not necessarily the number, but I think it's the really realizing that I had created a community. And I shouldn't say that I created a community, that a community found me based on my videos.
Right.
And the audience, if you look at the demographics that YouTube provides, skews a little bit older, but when I say a little bit older, roughly my age.
Yeah.
And that's great, because what I've found, or what this community, they found me, is, we have similar memories. We can look back at these shows and we have a frame of reference that is the same. And so it's easy to get nostalgic with these folks. And really, I've mentioned this to you before, I just love engaging with them in the comment section. And that for me is as much fun as actually creating the videos. How about you?
Yeah, that's a good point. And that's something that I would completely agree. Now, I have to admit that when the channel was a bit smaller, I would respond to almost every comment. Yeah. I mean, unless people were talking to each other in the comments and they're like, hey, Rick, every single comment, I was on it. Of course, now it's a little bit more difficult. When you reach over, and you probably get the same thing, over 100 comments a day, sometimes even more than that, it's a little bit difficult. But then sometimes, even if when we have hearts, I don't know if many people know, but there's a heart, we can heart a comment. That's us doing it. That's not like an automatic heart every comment. We manually have to do that. And I think that's good. We're reaching out to you. or will respond to a comment. And I think that's very important. If that option wasn't there, I don't think I would enjoy YouTube as much, because the community, I think, is what makes our channels. I've tell people, thank you for watching. If you don't watch, then I'm just a crazy guy talking to myself. I mean, that's just what it is, right? It's the engagement that makes it fun.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree. So, talk to me a little bit about future goals. What do you hope to accomplish in the future with your channel, Rick?
Yeah, and we've talked about this off camera before, just how hard it is to grow and to make other people know about our channel. So I think we're kind of in the same place. But in terms of 100,000 subscribers, that is a huge goal. I remember when I reached 1,000, I went out to like a special lunch, you know, for 1,000. And now coming up to 100,000, hopefully, again, we're in similar spots. We'll hopefully reach by the end of 2020. If things continue, but that would be a major goal of reaching. But also numbers are great. Numbers are, you know, that's part of life, but also having the channel grow, and for me, continue learning about other shows and just evolving. I think a constant thing we have to do as YouTubers is evolve. And, you know, we all have our little boxes. I Love Lucy, Gilligan's Island. They're great shows, but there's other shows that maybe are very similar, or that other people really love, that are not being covered or not being looked at by ourselves, or maybe even others. So that's something that I want to do, is get out of my box and try new things, try new shows, and learn, because I learn a lot from my subscribers and my viewers.
I love that. In terms of my goals, they're the same, right? Because you mentioned we're in a similar spot.
Yeah.
I would love to hit 100,000 before the end of the year. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't really, beyond that, I don't have any goals from a subscriber count standpoint.
Yeah.
I think 100,000 is nice. Beyond that, the goals are more around continually finding new ways to engage my community. Mm-hmm. I will say this, you talk about learning, and I totally agree with you there. It's this, building out these videos it may seem like we are coming from a place of authority and knowing, but you already mentioned this. We're learning along the way, and that's what makes it fun. And that's my other goal, is just to keep this fun. It's a hobby for me, and as long as it stays fun, it's something that I'll continue to do. If it ever stops being fun, then, you know, then I don't see the point in continuing. So that's a goal as well. I want to keep building videos and keep having it be fun.
I think that's awesome. That's a very good point. And something that we've touched upon before in our conversations, maybe you want to elaborate on it, is there something that maybe when you do a video, you try to stay away from? Because sometimes with these classic shows, it may be tempting to go in certain directions. I'm certainly tempted, and we've talked about that. Maybe you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah, so I think it's probably wise to stay away from things that are polarizing, right? And politics is a big one. I want to create a safe place for everyone, a place where people can come and enjoy talking about these great old shows. And to that end, politics, we've talked about this before, Rick, faith, you know, I think faith is a great thing for those who have religious beliefs, but I just think that there's other channels for that, and probably other communities on YouTube for that. I want to make sure that everybody that comes and watches videos on my channel, they feel safe. They feel like this is a place where they can kind of be free of all that polarizing conversation that these days can get just so acrimonious at times.
Yeah, I think that's so well said. So I second what you say. And to add on to that, I think it's people that watch me know I Love Lucy's my go-to show. I watch it almost daily. And that's one of the things that I feel I can pop in. I have DVDs, I pop in the DVD. And you, like you said, it's a safe space of, I know I can put any episode in, laugh, enjoy it, and have a good time. It kind of blocks out what's happening in the world temporarily and entertains me in a positive way. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with my channel, is you can come watch almost any video and feel that same feeling, whether it's through, hey, let me tell you a little bit about Lucy and how she was growing up. Maybe people don't know that. Or let me talk a little bit about Don Don Knotts and something he did off camera that was hilarious. You know, these are things that bring people together. It doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you're on, but it brings everyone to watch and enjoy and have a good time. You'd like to share about yourself? Maybe?
Oh, yeah. Hobbies. A hobby I would share with you is that I do triathlons. I did
Wow.
a full Ironman. I completed a full Ironman
goodness.
back in, 5 years ago, back in, what does that make it, 2015 in Tempe, Arizona. How about you? Share a little bit of information about you that folks might not know.
Yeah, so I'm from Southern California. I just finished my private pilot's license, so I fly planes a few times a month. I like to take some of my friends around and fly. Absolutely love it. I have a greyhound dog, and I absolutely, this is something that many people don't know. I wear glasses, I have contacts. So most people actually, even in my life, don't know unless, you see me at night, take my contacts out, put my glasses on. But yeah, we share that. Look at you.
Well, it's great to get to know you, Rick. And it really has been fun to visit, whether it's online, as we have a couple of times, or through email. And hopefully, in the future, we can continue to collaborate on different things as the opportunity presents itself.
Oh, absolutely. Who knows? Maybe in the future we can actually have a topic that we can share and make a video on it.
I'm going to make sure that I put a link to your channel in my video description field for this video. Absolutely. So that my subscribers and folks that may happen to hit this video and be familiar with my particular style of videos, that they go on over and visit your channel as well. Like I said at the beginning, if you enjoy my videos, there's a huge likelihood that you may enjoy Rick's videos. And when I say may, I mean you will enjoy Rick's videos. As a matter of fact, I guarantee it.
Wow.
You may even enjoy them more than mine, which is, but still enjoy mine as well.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's so nice of you to say. And when I meant absolutely, I mean absolutely. I will put a link to your channel in the description below. Dave does a great amount of content. There's a lot more variety versus what I have. I kind of dive deep into things. But I think with Dave, you'll get a lot more variety, a lot more breadth of information, and very similar styles in terms of what we do. And let me just say something. I know that you're going to like his content. And people might ask, well, wait, aren't you guys like competitors? Well, no, I don't see it that way. In my personal opinion, I feel that there's a lot of room on YouTube for channels like us and what we do. And it's all about bringing our perspective, about our passion to the content. I'd highly recommend going to his channel, checking things out. There's a lot of overlap, which is really cool. So to see what that overlap is, you have to go check it out. I think you'd be really, really just amazed with what he does. Thank you to my Diamond tier patrons, Andrew B., Ricky, and David D. And thank you to every single one of my Patreons where I have exclusive content. Be sure to look in the description below for merchandise, Patreon exclusive content, as well as playlists where you can find other TV shows and sitcoms that I think you'll enjoy. We'll see you all next time.